Okay, I'm going to try this with noisy birds in the background. I got them covered up, so maybe I can do this. Anyway, today, what we're going to be working on is a 65 Ford Galaxie. This is one of the ones I'm going to be working on. And I just wanted to give you a look at it, how it is before I start. And I'm also going to be digging into a gasser I already have. As you can see, this is one that I was doing a custom on. And I decided to go in a different direction. So I took the base off of it and the interior off of it, and I started working on this one. And I realized, you know, this will make great video content. So I thought I would stop what I'm doing and start recording. So please excuse me for starting in the middle. This is the gasser base. I have not made any changes to it other than the wheels. The wheels that were on the other car were custom wheels, and these are different wheels that I just got from Treads not too long ago off of Facebook, in case you're wondering. Let me take it apart. I did make some changes. See, I cut a hole in the hood because the car doesn't have a hole in the hood, as you can see. So I cut a hole in the hood for a motor, and that's what that is. Yeah, I guess you can tell. Let me take it apart here, and I'll demonstrate to you what I did to it. Been sick, I'm just about over it, but man, that stuff was kicking my butt. I don't think I had that thing going around, but it was definitely something. Anyway, it's stuck on the front post there. Alright, there's the base. See, I told you it was unchanged so far. I just popped the wheels off of it. These are the wheels that I did put on it. Now the motor came off the interior of the 55 gasser, and I left the posts on the base of the motor. I can't get this thing in line. Anyway, I left these on there to hold the wheels down, so I didn't have to glue them down. The motor was originally painted on the exhaust, so I'm probably going to re-chrome it and do something different with it. The interior of the car, initially it had a roll cage on it, and I could probably still put that back in there, but I haven't decided yet if I want to do that. But yeah, it just pops on there like that. It has a roll cage, and I think it being a race car, it ought to have a roll cage, don't you? I did remove the front piece here so that it would fit around the motor. It had like a little flange sticking out that kind of went over the front post, you know. So I removed all that and just removed enough so that the motor, this motor, would fit in there like so. I also made a couple of other changes to the body. The windshield also, I don't know if you can tell that, I had to grind off a little piece of the windshield there for the motor to fit, because I didn't want to mess up the post too much, and I did flatten out the side of the post a little bit. And that post was hollow. It scared me when I drilled it out because I thought I went through the side of the post, but it's actually, when I got about a little ways down into the post, the drill bit dropped down. It's because it was hollow inside. I don't think it was meant to be that way. It was just manufacturers there. But anyway, if you look at the side of this car and you see the Fender Wells, and then you look at the Fender Wells on this car, you can see the difference. There's the front. I took a grinder and grooved this back some on both of them so that the tires would fit. The tires didn't want to fit. Well, I did it on the front so the exhaust could stick out, because the exhaust wasn't, it was wishy-washy on the motor, and it wasn't sitting there right. I could get it to go up into the hole just fine, like this, you know, that I cut. It seats real good like that, but then the exhaust was hitting on the side, as you can see how I made clearance there for it. The exhaust was hitting on the side and making the motor kind of go sideways, you know. It didn't want to fit right, so I had to do that. And then the back wheels wanted to rub back here. Plus, this model, I guess being a premium model, it has a lot more metal in the quarter panel right there. So as you can see, I had to grind some of that out. You can see on the door there, the door is really thick. It's heavy duty. So yeah, so that's where we at so far. So we'll put this back together real quick and I'll show you what's going on here. Okay, see the windshield, how I had to notch it out so that it would fit around the motor. So we'll put that back in here. Fits just like it should. And then we have the interior. Let's pop that roll cage on there and see how that fits. I think it's going to work out fine. But it's one of those things, you can take it or leave it. I'm going to have to cut the front of the roll cage off. It's not going to fit like that. So let's see. Nice sharp X-Acto knife, and see if we can get that off of there. You don't want to take too much off, because if you take too much off, then you're going to see it. Excuse me. Then you're going to see it from the windshield, you know. And as you can see there, you can still see it. So let's mark out what we need to take off of that thing there. I have to take a pretty good piece of it off. I'm probably going to have to cut that piece out of the front. I'll try a pair of scissors here. But you have to have it where to fit the motor. The motor has to fit in there. Alright, there we go. And the way this fits in there, it slides underneath the back edges of the seat like that. And then we'll take this bad boy and stick it down in there like that. It looks like we got clearance. We got clearance. And then we'll take the motor. Stick the motor back in here like that. Motor sticking out the hood. Okay. And now what we're going to have to do is we'll take the front wheels and lay them across the motor support. And then the back wheels, they're snapped in. I didn't glue them or anything. I don't like to glue them because then the axle doesn't turn. And I like for the axle to turn. And then we line up the posts. The posts actually line up real good on this. I mean, just about perfect. So, anyway. There you see the wheels roll just fine. They're a little off. There it goes. The base has a groove in there, and you have to get the wheels into the groove of the base, and it's snapped in like that. I don't know if you heard it. And then you see the back wheels. Let's see if we get them back wheels snapped in. The front post down. Make sure the wheels are in their groove. And then what we'll do is we'll take a screw, put it in the back. We'll be back to where we started, except we have a roll cage now. I'm going to go ahead and trim this up and see if I can get them to fit with the other base. So let me get started on that. Got them cut off, but they're hot from that Dremel. But there's the grill and there's the back bumper. Alright, let's see. It's still hot. It's still warm. Let's see how that'll go through there like that. And we'll just put it on there like that. And we'll flatten it out so that it's smooth. And then this base here will fit over it like that, and then we'll put a screw through it to hold it all together. So let me work on that. I'm going to smooth out that front grill, and we're going to get our front grill to fit well. I'll be right back. Okay, just so you understand, this is all experimental. We're just winging it here. I got the bumper ground down. I ground the bump off the front of it and everything. I mean, off the bottom of it. So I got the post sticking through just a little bit. I also ground down the bottom of the plastic base just a little bit so that it would fit over the post. And see what we got going on here. Try and get it pressed down on there a little bit better. Okay, just so you understand, this is all experimental. We're just winging it here. I got the bumper ground down. I ground the bump off the front of it and everything. I mean, off the bottom of it. So I got the post sticking through just a little bit. I also ground down the bottom of the plastic base just a little bit so that it would fit over the post. And see what we got going on here. Try and get it pressed down on there a little bit better. Let's see what it looks like with a screw in it. Like I said, this is all trial and error. I've done it before with the other car that I showed you. But, you know, that was a plastic base and a plastic grill. It wasn't a metal grill, so. And you really need that grill to line up. Alright, I've got the bumper ground down so that it looks like it'll fit. I haven't tried it yet, so we're going to see. We're going to do it with the motor in. And hopefully that little tab sticking off the back is going to cover the motor, probably give it some support. And it won't interfere with the wheels. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, like that. Looking good, y'all. Looking good. Okay, see that's the way the back should fit, just like that. If it was on a regular car, and it covers up the interior pretty good. Okay, let's see if we can line that up. Alright, you see how far up that sticks though? Yeah. We need to make some changes. We need to thin the back, the metal base down a pretty good bit, as you can see. We might actually have to cut it off right at the post. I mean, it fits in there so nice. I'm just going to grind it down some and see how it looks. This part right here where it sticks up, grind that down. Take out the frame support and the gas tank. And what I'll do is I'll put this over it and see where I need to go and go that far. So I could keep some of that detail. I think it'd look nice. Okay, let me try that and I'll be back. Okay, well, this is what's going on. I tried my best to get it to fit, but it was too thin around the hole like the front was. And the little piece that wraps around the post popped out. So this is what we got now. I notched the bumper out like this so that the base will fit in it like this, like a puzzle. And it fits really snug like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to JB weld that together and make it part of the base so that when I put it on the car, it's part of the base and not part of the body, like the front's part of the body, or maybe, I don't know. Still working on that in my head. But yeah, so it's going to be like interlocking pieces. You ever seen them two-piece buckles that snap into each other? You know, you just snap. It's kind of like that. It has these two tabs on the back that rest on the back of the base, like this. Get it together. See how those two pieces right there sit on the back of the base? So it's going to give it some support back here. And I'm going to just JB weld it across the back, fill in that little bit of a gap that this is there. As you can see it right there. Yeah, I'm just going to fill that in with JB Weld, and that'll be the base. And, you know, if I fill in the hole with the post by accident, I'll just drill it back out. No big deal. So that's what I'm going to do with that. Alright. Alright. Just wanted to show you where I was at. Got the rear bumper JB welded on. Drilled the hole for the screw. Still got to do some cleanup there. I think I'm going to paint everything but the bumper black to match the bottom. I put black screws in it to hold it together. But this is what it looks like on the back. The whole back end is filled with JB Weld to hold the black plastic to the metal right there. And then you see right there I countersunk the hole for the post, and the wheels fit good, and the rear flange right there behind the wheel doesn't get in the way. Alright, you see how I built it up on the back to give it some strength. I had to glue it twice because the first time it didn't want to stick right there to the plastic eye, and I have no clue why. But anyway, everything seems to fit okay. JB Weld's still not 100% cured. Still kind of soft and rubbery. It's been on there for a couple of hours. Goes right back together. So that's the stance we have. So let's put some wheels on it and have a look and see. Well, I went ahead while I was stripping the car and I polished the base and I put some pledge on the bottom to make it shiny. It just looked too good to paint. You know, it's already got shiny bumpers and the black base, so I figured just preserve it with some pledge. So I'm gonna leave it like this. I think it looks pretty good. Alright, I got the car stripped. I need to polish it up. I don't know if I'm gonna go with like a Spectra Flame or what. You can still see where the decals were. Let me tell you something. I soaked this thing in Sister Strip for a day and a half, and it didn't touch the stickers, the decals that were on here. All the paint come off, even on the inside, but the decals did not come off at all. The little one back there, all that, I even scraped it and it still didn't come off. So I broke out a can of Strip Clean Premium Stripper, and I soaked it in there for about 4 hours, and they finally come off. Boy, I don't know what kind of decals they put on them premium models they got, but they don't come off. Those right there on the side, they don't come off. The one on the top came off, but the ones on the side, they fought to stay on there. Okay, so I've just got it sitting here. I had an issue with the windshield. I cleaned it up. I had dipped it in pledge, and it's clean now, but after I dipped it into pledge, I stuck it in a little cup like this with a piece of paper in the bottom, and it sat for a day and a half. When I opened it, the windshield had fogged up, so I had to strip it. You can use ammonia in case you didn't know. I just used some Windex and cleaned it off. But I don't know if people know that. But I got the car stripped, shined it up pretty good. I gotta wash it and degrease it before I paint it. I think, as you can see there, I painted the headers white. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stick with that or not. The base fits awesome. I don't know if you can see that. The only thing is it's a little thick right there. As you see, it looks like it's dropped down, but it fits fine. It fits great. It snaps on the post. All you do is put some screws in there. You see, it just holds on. I don't have to put the screws in it yet. Wheels roll great, and that base, I put some pledge on that base, and it just looks awesome. It looks like it was made that way, straight from the manufacturer. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. I'm really pleased with that. There's always a lot of scratches under the paint for some reason. I don't know if you can see that scratch right there on the hood. That was under the paint. Now this one over here I think I did when I was cutting the hole. But yeah, that was already there. So anyway. Okay, we got it painted blue, y'all. You can see on the sides, this is ice blue actually. You see on the sides how the door lines do. I don't know why Spectraplane does that, but it does. The rest of it looks fantastic. Nice and clear and clean and shiny. And the metal just shines through. I don't know if you can see that too well. Trying to get it to focus in. It's really nice. Anyway, I'm pleased with that other than the door lines. Next we need to paint the top white. We're going to put white stripe down the back and the front. See how that looks. We might just do one side. I don't know yet. Or I will paint it white and then we'll be back. Okay, now time for the painted reveal. Dun 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 dun. What do you think? Debbie loves it, so it must be good. Now I'm going to put some stripes on it. I got to find the decals first. So let me find those decals and we'll put stripes on it. Alright, there you have it. Got the decals on there. I like them. Debbie likes them. So we're going to leave it that way. I was going to put numbers on the side, but Debbie said, nah, let's don't do that. I was thinking about a stripe, but all the ones I've seen, they either just have the stripe on top, or they have chrome lettering on the side, and I don't have no chrome lettering, so we're going to stick with this. See on the top, let me get in focus here. Get some light on it. You see right there on the front, it looks like little imperfections in the paint. It's not. It's actually imperfections in the body, and they also have these little bumps. I guess they were supposed to represent holding racing windows in. And they have them on the back of the trunk. Why, I don't know. They also have them on the hood right there. 3 of them. I guess those were to hold down the hood, but that's what it is. So I'm going to let these here decals dry for a little while, and then we're going to put it together and see what it looks like. Alright, so it's been a little while and I've done some detail work. I went ahead and blacked in the grill and added a couple little white spots for headlights because that's what this one had, the original. So we did that, and then on the back we painted in the tail lights and added 2 silver streaks in them to represent the little doohickeys in the back. So now we've got that ready. Let's go ahead and put it together and see what she looks like. What do you think? This light up here, we can see a little bit better. Is that bad like that? I can't really tell. Alright, so that's the side. Oop, that's the top. Motor sticking out right there. A little crooked, we straighten it out. Thinking about adding some details to this, maybe hitting these top things with some black or some red or something, give them some detail. Got a water spot there on the back quarter panel. What do you think? I don't have a rotisserie to put it on, so please excuse me. I don't know about y'all, but I think it looks fabulous. Probably could get in that grill a little better right in there, down at the bottom. Just trying to keep it off the bumper. Might combine a fine tip black marker and get down in there. We'll try that later. The windshield leaves a little something to be desired. I don't know why it looks so rough. You know what I might do? That was kind of scratched up too. Take the windshield out of this one and put it in here. That way it looks a little bit better. I don't know why it looks so dingy. Wipe it with my shirt. Yeah, I dipped it in the pledge and it clouded up, so I'm not sure exactly why I did that, but I cleaned it with some Windex and it looked better. What do you think? Hey, like them tires. They all roll. And then that base almost looks factory, except right there where the polishing brush got away from me. I'm gonna have to get in there and do something with that because it just looks rough to me. But we'll get it cleaned up. We might put a little bit longer screw in the front end there, give it a little bit more bite. See how it does. Anyway, that's that one in a nutshell, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a thumbs up. A like is always appreciated. And if you haven't already, how about hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to get future notifications when I publish a video. And don't forget to tell your friends about me and share this video and watch some of the other ones. There'll be some links at the end of the screen, at the end of the video, to some other videos. So don't forget to have a great day and stay safe.